say a few words because I know of a lot of complaining in the MICU Fellows room in the morning. A lot of my best comedic material probably delivered then. But so I didn't prepare anything, mainly because I've been working a lot. You've seen me, and for some of you, I've been hiding from you. But I think what I can do now. It's the only thing I have prepared because it's spontaneous. Is I do a fair amount of impressions of some of the attendings here. We spend a lot of time together, and I think it was the only way to soften the emotional blow of that. So I don't have one of everyone, and what I thought I would do is I would let it kind of be a free-for-all. We'll shout some names, and if I have one, I'll do one. And just remember that if I'm doing one of you, that, what do they say, that it's mimicry is the highest form of flattery. It's not you, it's me. All right, so we can shout some names. So
Morales!
Okay, very good to be back in Cleveland. Ventilation. Okay. Some of these also break down if I go too long. They all turn into the same impression. So this is Dr. Pacherko's mustache. This is my symbol for it. Usually I use an Ajax Unbreakable comb. I don't have one. It's very good to be here today. I couldn't make it to accept my award for excellence. I was busy in my office, reading academic materials, and waiting for someone to exhale their single breath old beer.
Ashton.
I don't have one. So some I do not have.
Krishna.
I don't have one.
Guzman.
All right. So this one stems from an experience, are there any children in the room? Cover your child. This one, there's only one part that's inappropriate. So I begged for a long time in the ICU to get a phone that the fellows can walk around with. Right? So we finally got one, and we do a good job of keeping track of it, but every once in a while it gets lost, right? So I had one night I was on, and it was lost, and I didn't want to be blamed for it, because a lot of people call this phone. So I emailed Dr. Guzman immediately to clear my name. When I came here, the phone was not here. And then I went looking for him, thinking, well, it's only 5:30, maybe he's in his office. And I happened to arrived in the office at the time that he opened my email and was reading it, but he didn't know I was actually standing there outside his door. Sandy was there too. Bonnie, this would be the part to cover your child. Sandy! These fucking fellows to back slowly out of the room. Back to the duties. I knew the message had been received. It did not go to spam. All right, go.
Cecilia.
You got an apple, okay. Either I'm gonna biopsy it, or Tom's gonna biopsy it. Where's Bill? Ladder.
I don't really have one for Dr. Machusa. All I can say is it wasn't the very first time. I wish it was the very first time. I think I was probably double digits into my amount of bronchoscopies. But I feel like I've grown in the program because this is what he asked me early on as witnessing one of my bronchoscopies. And since that point in time, he hasn't asked me the same thing since. So he watched me doing something for a while, probably a good 5-10 minutes. And then he said, "What are you doing?"
Where are you at?
And I said, "Suctioning the airway." said, I don't know what it is that you think you're doing or what you're trying to do. If you keep doing that, you're not going to be doing any more broadcasting. I still don't know what really I was doing. Since that point in time, he's allowed me to do others. I do have one with Dr. Wiedemann, but it's limited. This was an experience in the NICU, but it was once I was just filling in for the day, and someone's sodium went haywire, and he goes, okay, so what's his sodium? Dr. Wiedemann, it's 110. Okay, what was it? What was it 8 hours ago? It was 145. Jesus Christ. I slowly backed out of the NICU. Tended to the tasks at hand. I didn't like it either. I don't have a Dr. Almeida. Ooh, I don't have that. I don't have a Gilday. I don't have a Meta.
Ramsey.
I don't have that. I don't have a Ramsey. Who do I have?
Reggie.
You got a Meta.
No, I don't.
Dr. Katri.
No, wait, this is my Hanan one. Very quiet talker.
Mike.
I don't have a Sandy.
Dr. Holden.
Minai.
Dr. Holden.
No, I don't have Manai. Who else do I
Dr.
have? I'm
Holden.
trying to think.
You
Wait,
have Dr. Holden.
Oh, I have Hadi Koglu. So, I've worked with Dr. Hadi Koglu quite a few times, and I love Dr. Hadi Koglu. He's a very smart man, and I go to him for many times with questions. But what I have noticed is he always wants to achieve something in the ICU in a way that just seems a little bit unconventional, right? So instead of getting an IV, the situation will go more like this. Okay, Mike, so what we need to do here is put in an intraocular IV. No. This can be done. Back out, I'm going to go to my office, but when I come back, we really should have actually bilateral. Oh, I do have Sassador. So, Dr. Sassador is I call him sassy, but only behind his back. I only talk about people when they're not around and cannot defend themselves. So, Sassador, he must be reading textbooks that nobody else has access to, because the questions that he comes up with, I can't even understand the basic information. So it usually goes something like this. Okay, so Mike, if your body was made of dust, you were a particle, and gravity was no longer an issue. I put you in a box and I have cats attached. What would your PO2 be? They have studied this in a small group of rats off the southern shores of Mexico. I don't really have Dr. Stoller. Dr. Stoller breaks down after this. All I can do is, all right. And then I can't go any further. I've never been able to go further. What? How dare you? I don't know who this woman is.
Someone with the heart, someone who did the heart rate thing?
Oh, the woman I have a recovery.
No, I don't do the impression.
Oh,
Over.
I do Dr. Abanassi.
Oh, well, that's good.
Okay. For what it's worth. Is they put them on low tunnel volume ventilation. But they all came off the study and then went back into it. I know. And I was hoping that at the end of this night tonight, you would all exhale your breath into a box, and I will tell you your future. My Dr. Tonelli really isn't, it doesn't sound like Dr. Tonelli at all. It's just, I am Tonelli. Nothing No, I don't have one. I don't have a Culver. I don't have a Dr. Dwayne.
Dr. Bade was in the pay.
No.
Dr. Lane?
No, I don't have a Dr.
Nobody
Lane.
transplant.
No. All I had about Dr. Lane, I guess, was I had one joke about Dr. Lane. I think he knew it. Was so when Dr. Lane, were you new staff when I started? Right. So we're all new, and when Dr. Lane, I loved working with Dr. Lane on the ALD service. He's very thorough, but because he's very thorough, we were often there very late, which was all right with me. I expected to be there late, but we didn't eat a lot, so, which is all right. I mean, maybe I had some pounds to lose, but so the joke that I made was, and I said this, and I don't even know if I was thinking of it, but someone else told me they were going to be rounding, they were going to have Dr. Lane on service. And I said, well, look, I said, next time Dr. Lane comes on service, we're going to put a peg in Dr. Lane. Nutritionally support him. I felt like I had mass to lose. But Dr. Lane, I was very worried about it. No other way to get you nutrition other than TPN. Wouldn't let me do it. So I think that's it.
You have a Tomford?
Oh, wait, I think I would... I'll tell you, doctor. No, I don't. That must become somebody else. Dr. Mojakar, do I have one that's kind of like... I'm starting to feel embarrassed as I do. It makes me feel weird.
Mike Dougal.
No, I don't have a Dougal. I think I would have a Dougal if I were here one more year. Or I could have a Dougal. That's my promise to you. I stayed for one more year.
Kapoor's
a Dougal. No, I don't have an actual.
The best of your film?
The bosses.
It breaks down as, hey man. Everything starts with, hey man. And it's nothing after that. No, I don't have a Dr. Meta. I think that's it. I don't do many impressions of the fellows. I don't really do any impressions of the fellows. It's only the staff. I'm sorry. Woo!